NCIS has been airing for more than 2 decades now, so it isn't surprising that people forget about all the celebrity guests that have starred in it. But today, we're here to tell you all about the best NCIS celebrity guest stars of all time. Let's dive in. First up, we have Millie Bobby Brown. Before she was 11 in the hit Netflix series Stranger Things, Millie was doing other projects, and her cameo in NCIS is one of them. In fact, that was actually one of her first on-screen roles. She appeared in the show as Rachel, the daughter of a psychologist who, spoiler alert, was murdered in the episode. And it looks like Brown has always had a liking towards eerie characters, because her character in the show also reveals a dark side. But we won't spoil the details for you. But Millie isn't the only actress you may recognize who's been on the show.
Next! I'm so excited about this. Which one's this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's not stuck anymore. Does Millie Bobby Brown, okay, know how to drive? I do.
The next one might surprise you even more. Our next guest that might surprise you guys is Zac Efron. Only weeks before he appeared in High School Musical as Troy Bolton, the actor starred in an episode of NCIS. The then 19-year-old actor starred in season 3 as a character who's brought in for questioning after he unintentionally gets himself involved in the kidnapping of an officer. And while it was a small role, Efron's acting skills were commendable. Lucky for him, the trajectory of his entire career was about to change right after his next performance in the hit Disney movies. Talking about making history, next on the list, we have Jamie Lee Curtis. While Curtis is more famous for her big screen roles, you can't mention the actress without her iconic appearances in dramas, such as Scream Queens and New Girl. But what you may have forgotten was that back in 2012, she also made several appearances on NCIS too. The Freaky Friday actress played the role of the head of the Department of Defense's PsyOps division, Dr. Samantha Ryan. If you don't remember her as that, you might remember her as the love interest of Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs. That'll definitely ring a bell. And just like Jamie, our next guest star is also pretty iconic. Of course, we're talking about Michelle Obama. You heard that right. The former First Lady of the United States was also on the show. In 2016, Michelle Obama made a cameo in the show, and that's not all. Her episode also marked the first time that a show was ever allowed to film in the White House. In the episode, we saw the then First Lady promote her organizations that supported active military, veterans, as well as their families. While Michelle described her acting debut as a great experience, it didn't land so well with the audience, as they thought it was a way too direct infomercial for the Obamas. Oh well, you win some, you lose some.
No Hawaii anywhere in sight, you know. And we did what you do when you visit grandparents. 60 Minutes is on. You know, Gramps made tuna with sweet pickles.
Lily Tomlin was also on the show. Now famous for her role as Frankie from Grace and Frankie, Tomlin also made an appearance in the show as Penelope Langston. The 83-year-old actress stars in the episode The Penelope Papers, in which she plays the role of a former peace activist. In her role, she finds herself involved in a case revolving around a deceased lieutenant who died because of a gunshot wound. Funny enough, her role as Timothy McGee's ex-hippie grandmother isn't much different from her character in the hit Netflix series. Talking about Netflix, our next guest star was also a part of Stranger Things, but long before that, he made an appearance on the police drama show. We're talking about Sean Astin. In a 2012 episode of the show titled The Tell, Astin appears as a character called Tyler Elliott, who also happens to be our previously mentioned guest star, Jamie Lee Curtis's right-hand man. While his role wasn't too big, fans were still excited to see the star in the show, and the Lord of the Rings star himself stated that he'd like to do some more work in comedy in the future. We'd do anything to see an Astin and Jamie comedy duo show or movie. Next, we'll talk about another famous actor from a famous franchise, Billy D. Williams. You might remember him as Lando Calrissian in Star Wars, but he also had a nice little role on NCIS. In fact, he's the man that Gibbs is named after. In the episode, suitably named The Namesake, Gibbs meets Williams for the first time and learns that he is in fact Leroy's namesake. The episode also follows the elder, Leroy Jethro, getting a Medal of Honor 40 years after he should have gotten it. Another actor from a famous series that made their cameo in the 2003 show is Misha Collins. You might know him as the Angel Castiel from Supernatural, but did you know that he was also part of the NCIS franchise? For a short while, at least. And if you didn't catch Collins on the show, we don't blame you. He doesn't sound anything like the Supernatural character that most fans know him for. In his NCIS appearance, he has an accent, which is very different from Castiel's deep voice, and he talks with a completely different lingo too. We mean, can you imagine Cass calling every girl that passes by him chick? Yeah, we don't think so. And if that wasn't enough, Collins' character is quite the opposite of an angel in this episode, as it begins with him playing a suspect in the kidnapping case. We'll leave you guys to see what happens to him next, but fair warning, Collins is in a completely different element in this show. Another actor who also plays another famous series character and also featured in the show is none other than Eric Stoneheart, known for his role of Cam. In the hit sitcom Modern Family, Stoneheart played the character of a security guard in NCIS, but unlike Misha, he wasn't worlds apart from his OG character. The actor plays the character of a goofy security guard, and even though his appearance is brief, Stoneheart truly steals the show. You can catch him on the episode called Silent Night from season 6, in which Eric barges in on Gibbs and his team who are investigating a robbery. He asks the team several questions, also not forgetting to ask if NCIS is hiring, and tells them that he is looking for options since his current job doesn't pay much. Modern Family star Rico Rodriguez also made their appearance on the show. Also known as Manny in the sitcom, Rodriguez also made his appearance in the police drama serial. Rico's role, however, wasn't as major as Eric's, and he only made a tiny appearance. Lucky for him, this was just the beginning for his big career, as in the same year as this episode's airing, Modern Family made its big debut and the young actor's life changed forever. But Rodriguez isn't the only child actor who starred in the show. Former child actress Abigail Breslin was also a part of NCIS. In the episode See No Evil, Breslin plays the role of an 8-year-old child piano prodigy and the daughter of a disgraced Navy captain. Breslin and her mother get kidnapped and are held for ransom, with the kidnappers targeting the captain. The episode aired in 2004, the same year the actress appeared in Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement, and Law and Order. We don't know about you guys, but there were a lot of actors in our list that we had no idea were a part of the NCIS franchise.